And I'm John Gunther. I also work for Bandon Dunes.
Today we're going to be talking about different careers paths and like the history of Bandon Dunes and like opportunities you guys might take or might not take. If you don't, it's okay. So I guess I can start. I've been working for Bandon Dunes a little over a year, and it has benefited me in so many different ways. I've gotten to travel like all over the country. I've met amazing different types of people, and you get to work with different types of people with all different types of backgrounds. We have 25 different career paths, and we vary from indoor jobs to outdoor jobs to day jobs to night jobs. And it can go from like food and beverage to retail shops to like guest services or like mechanics. I'm not a mechanic, but I have a couple guy friends that work there in mechanics, and it's the way to go. Bandon Dunes was established in May 19th, 1999. It's a public golf resort. We are open to the public. That is something that we value, representing and having everyone be welcome there. We welcome everyone from all over the globe. I've met people from Shanghai, China, from people from all the way from Canada. And working there has really gave me a good foundation what I want to do in my future. I want to become an architect, and I do the construction and greenskeeping side. I was able to be on the new brand new course that we're building. We have 6 different golf courses that throughout the years have been getting built and manufactured here, and our newest course is going to be a new par 3, and I was able to be to see the new blueprints and the new architect for it. But if you are looking for a opportunity, if you are actually looking for an opportunity, I would say Bandon Dunes is the way. And I'm not going to be biased about it, but I mean, if you have a job, if you're working fast food, that's not bad at all. I think that's great that you have a job. But if you're looking for a really good job to give you an opportunity to get your ticket out of Oregon or get your ticket out of where you're at right now, this is a chance where you can grab it, because I really got my ticket, and I'm really happy and really fortunate that I had the opportunity that I got. So let's say if you like indoor jobs and you're an indoor person and you're social, you love talking to people, you love meeting new people all the time, the indoor jobs are the way to go. Let's say you love food, you like food culture. Food culture is very trendy. I'm not the greatest cook of all time, but I do love learning new things. So in our food industry that we provide, we do a lot of we have internships. If you like culinary, you can go to the culinary school in Coos Bay at the community college, and you can do an internship here. But if you don't want to do schooling like that, you can just work in the shop or the restaurants. And we have multiple restaurants on every course. So we have 6 different restaurants, and it can vary from working in a pub or working in a high-class restaurant or working on a grab and go. Or if you don't want to be around a whole bunch of people, you can definitely work in the train stands. But in our food industry, it varies. You can go from you can do dishwashing to serving to waitressing to line cook to assistant chef to actual chef, or bartending. That's for future. You're all very young. But you can do bartending here as well. But I really like how the line cooks, I have a couple friends that do line cooking, and they went to the culinary school and then did an internship here and did line cooking. And the line cooking gave them an opportunity where in their future, they definitely want to open a restaurant one day. But let's say food culture isn't the way. You've worked in the food industry and it's just not your thing, and you just don't want to work in food industry, and that's okay. It's hard. I think you have to definitely be on your toes, but you love meeting new people, and you love just being around new people and getting to know our guests. Getting to know our guests is really easy. It's very easy, and I got to learn them very quick. Even though they're from all over the place, all different places, and they have all different types of backgrounds, you really get to know them because they're all here for golf. We don't only just provide golf, we provide so much more than just golf. We have a massage clinic, we have a sauna, we have a hot tub, we have hiking and fishing, and I love fishing. Fishing is probably one of the best things I do after my work. I go bass fishing all the time, which is really cool that I can do at my work. But yeah, if you want to meet guests, I would say retail shops. Retail shops, you get to be one-on-one with guests. You get to help them with their trip. You get to help them shop. I love shopping. I love buying clothes. So So it was a really cool opportunity meeting guests where I got to help them one-on-one about getting, what they wanted and what they like, and making sure to get their whys what they want to. But if you don't like, being one-on-one with guests, and you are social, but you like, doing it not face-to-face. We have reservation agents. We have agents that help plan trips for these guests. We have guests from all over, and sometimes we have celebrities that come. When I first started working here, I met Patrick Holmes. He was really tall. I thought he played basketball. No, he played football. And it was really cool meeting Patrick Holmes, and I got to help him out with this trip. And then I met Will Ferrell. He's very funny, but he's very serious and person. And I got to meet him. You get to meet all these amazing people when you want to be indoor. When you're an indoor job, you're gonna meet the guests. You're really gonna get to know them. You're gonna meet these amazing people. I love fashion. I love clothes. I'm not a big fashion person, but I like fashion. And I met a lady that worked for Vogue, and she definitely told me ways if you want to do something in the fashion industry, go this way. And when you work here, you're gonna meet people that are gonna give you benefits in your life. Let's say that you like sports and you want to have a podcast about sports. You're gonna meet sports people here. I've met the barstool people that do NFL barstool football. I've met the Alabama coach. I've literally met the Alabama coach, and he's all football. If you love sports, you're gonna meet people here. And if you like food, you're gonna do that in food culture here. We have so many opportunities working in the food industry. But let's say you don't like being social and you don't want to be around people, and I don't blame you. Sometimes I don't want to be around anybody, I just want to be alone. We have jobs that, they are more independent jobs. They're more independently working. Right now, I have switched because I was kind of the face of Bandon. I was always with the guests, and it was great. It really gave me a good opportunity. I had so much fun being around the guests, but I had switched it and I wanted to do greenscaping. And I love being out there doing an independent job where I'm capable of getting told the task and I'm allowed to do it by myself and not having someone over my back. I like being independent, and I like being able to work under the pressure, and you really can prove that. You're really gonna learn tons of new learning experiences. You're gonna learn great communication skills. You're gonna learn how to be an organized worker, being able to work under the pressure. But our jobs vary. So it can be from being an assistant to a mechanic. I have guys that work in the mechanics, and they work on the carts and cars and any of the tool equipment that we use. The mechanics, you definitely can, you start off, and then you just gradually go higher. And I think being a mechanic here is really cool because you get to learn one-on-one with all the amazing tools and the amazing equipment that we use. Is really cool. And sorry, I'm trying to think. There's a lot to talk about Bandon. Bandon is a $60 billion company. This is a big company in our community. And finding jobs what Bandon provides, you're not gonna find that a lot of places. Our company, we provide benefits to our employees. We provide so much more for our employees. This is when you think about a job, you're thinking this is not a 9-to-5 job. If you want to think that way, you can. But this job is really I think this is a great way to start if you've never had a job. If you want to give yourself a good foundation in the working world and you want to just move on and improve, this is the way to go. If you've never had a job in your life, I'd say working at Bandon will give you such a good background. It will give you when you go to another employer, you work at a $60 million company that's public, you're working with high-cost people, you're working, you're working for a company that strives for perfection. We strive for perfection, and that's the hardest thing that we can strive for. So working at Bandon, we just provide so much more than just a job. We provide a 401k, and if you don't know what a 401k is, that will help you for your retirement. When you retire one day, that will help you. But we provide medical and dental. Medical and dental insurance is really, really expensive in the real world. This is no one when I went to high school, no one taught me that. They did not tell me that medical insurance was going to be that expensive, and it is. Unfortunately, it really is expensive. But when you work here, we provide those benefits for our employers, for our employees. And not only we have complimentary lunch. You will never find a job that will feed you This place will feed you your lunch so you don't go hungry. So you can have a full working day without being hungry. Let's say you get late or you get there late and you just weren't able to have breakfast. You know you're gonna have lunch here. But not only that, we have complimentary, all of our uniforms will be provided. You'll never have to buy your uniforms out of pocket. I did have a job one time where I had to buy all my work clothes, and I was in high school, and I was working for a temper job thinking that was the way to go, and it wasn't. I had to pay for all my clothes. They did not reimburse me, but when I worked at Bandon, they provided everything for me, and it really did help me. And it made me I felt that I was the rest of everyone else. I didn't feel left out not having the right clothing, and I didn't feel insecure, oh my god, was I supposed to wear this? No, they provided that, so I wasn't insecure. You wanna go? Sorry,
You're doing good. No, Kenzie, you're
kinda
doing
just
good.
took it.
Kenzie's excited. This is fun listening to her. My background, just so you guys know, I live in Coquille. I grew up in Coquille. Winter Lakes didn't exist. I kind of wish it did when I was a kid. The opportunities you guys have here are so great. And Kenzie touched on a lot of how what you're learning here can kind of expand to Bandon Dunes. But I grew up in Coquille, and my first lifetime, Bandon is my second career. And this is something, you guys are young, maybe your parents are looking for something different, maybe somebody you know is looking for something different. I joined Bandon Dunes a year and a half ago. I spent 30 years working for the newspaper. So my first career was in the newspaper. So when Kenzie was a kid playing golf, I was writing her name in the newspaper about how she did playing golf. But the newspaper industry has changed considerably, and I needed to find something else to do. And for me, Bandon was a landing spot for kind of a second job instead of a starting job. It's been a great opportunity for me. Everything Kenzie said is all the positives. There are so many good things. What I do is she works in the greenskeeping, or we call it agronomy department. I work in guest services. So basically they pay me to schmooze with golfers all day. I greet the golfers when they get to the course. I help them know what's available, where they need to be. I work specifically at Sheep Ranch, which is one of the 6 golf courses on site. And I spend all day visiting with golfers and helping them find their way around. For me, it's a very good job because I'm a very social person. Like Kenzie said, some people are not social people, but she alluded to there are so many different opportunities for jobs. For people who maybe don't like to interact with people a lot, you can still find a lot to do at the resort. She highlighted the food. I think it's a great treat that the employees are given a meal every day. That is a really nice benefit. She highlighted the benefits. Insurance is a very big plus. You will learn this someday. So if you have a job that provides really good benefits, that's a really good thing. She mentioned some of the jobs. One of the other categories of jobs that we have is the caddy corps. I don't know if you guys know much about golf. Caddies are the people who carry bags for golfers. So the golfers pay them to carry their bag around and show them around the course and help them out when they're playing their round of golf. The caddies work independently from Bandon Dunes. So they're not employees of the resort. They work directly for the golfers, and the golfers pay them directly at the end of the rounds. That's another job opportunity. And we have caddies who grew up like Kenzie golfing and know a lot about golf. We have caddies who didn't know anything about golf until they decided they wanted to learn to be a caddy. And there's a chance to learn. Just like any other job at the resort, you can learn and get better at your skills or learn your skills. One of the great things about the resort is you do have the chance to grow. Kenzie worked in the golf shop for a while now. She's working as a greenskeeper. I'm thrilled where I am. If I wasn't thrilled where I am, I could look at another job as well. But there's chances to move up. Most of the key people in the resort, most of the golf pros or the assistant pros or the head management are people who started in lower jobs in the resort and worked their way up through the resort to higher jobs. You learn skills, you have a chance to move up. So you guys have some neat opportunities here. I had a chance again to visit I don't know what the official word is for the room with all of the simulators. I would call it the toy room if I was here.
That's pretty cool.
That's kind of a neat skill. That's a skill that can take you a lot of different places. Obviously, Bandon has a lot of jobs that those types of skills would help with. Computer skills are essential in anything you guys do, and that's something you guys are learning here. So,
Yeah, so with careers, we really do offer a lot. Like I like social media. I like going on social. I like my Instagram. I like posting what I like to do because I like to travel. Let's say you like marketing. We have an online department. We have an Instagram. We have a TikTok. I think we have a Facebook. I actually don't know, but I think we do. But we have our marketing department is really cool because we have celebrities, we have guests, we collab with different brands. Like my favorite brand is Ralph Lauren, and the fact that we get a collab with some of my favorite brands and with Nike Golf, like we have a marketing department. I think the marketing department is growing. We have our online department too. So we have an online department and a warehouse where we get all our shipment. And if you don't want to be a social butterfly, you don't want to be with guests, working the warehouse is really cool because you're definitely one-on-one with all the new merchandise that we get. You're the first person to be able to see this. And there's people from all over the world that want to buy our merch, and it's actually really cool that I meet people like, oh, I came from Canada to buy this jacket, and I'm like, wow, that's really cool. But our marketing department is growing. I think it's really cool that we choose some of the best people to have the most creativity to marketize what we do, what we represent, how we do so much more than just golf. And we really do. It's so much more than just golf here. When you work at Bandon, if I had to go back and have an actual if I had to choose, if I knew about working at Bandon instead of doing what I did, I would have chose Bandon because it gave me so many opportunities. And I'm not saying if you have a job now, I'm not saying your job is bad. I think that's really cool that you have a job. I think that you're farther than people that don't have a job. And if you don't have a job, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. I didn't have a job until I was 18, and because I was really scared. I didn't want to be yelled at by somebody getting mad or something, But you're gonna go through that no matter what. You're gonna be in tough situations. But when you work at Bandon, being in tough situations, you know what you're gonna do. You're gonna be able to work under pressure. You're gonna have critical thinking, and you're gonna be able to, overcome anything you face. Because there was times, we're in Oregon, we're not LA, and when LA people come here, they don't want to be in the rain, and sometimes you got to tell them that rain is normal, and we get rain, we're in Oregon. So you're definitely going to meet new people, and you're definitely going to meet new experiences, and it's going to just teach you how to react to things, and how to be strong-minded. And I think Bandon Dunes is a great opportunity to give you, I think Bandon Dunes is a place to give you an opportunity. And let's say you work at Bandon for 7 months, and it just doesn't work out for you. Bandon wasn't the way. 3 days later, you might find the best job, and that might be your career for the rest of your life. But let's say you do work at Bandon, and it works out for you, and that's the way you want to go. But you're going to meet new people, so they're going to benefit you and teach you so many new things. I didn't know that I wanted to focus on engineering and architecture. Now that I've worked at Bandon, I literally just want to do engineering and architecture. I want to build cities when I get older. I want to live in the big city. I'm getting to travel all over, meeting new people. I've been flying back to Chicago, back and forth for the past couple months. And I'm definitely going to miss the small city, being able to work with, we're not a big city, but when you work at Bandon, you're getting fast paced, and you're not going to really get a job that gives you that fast pace anywhere, really. I mean, you work at McDonald's, that's a lot of fast pace, but working here really gave me more motivation. It gave me a foundation on what I want to do in my future. It made me realize that I don't want to work a 9-to-5 job for the rest of my life. I want to do something great, and I don't want to live a life where I feel like I didn't fulfill things. And you're gonna meet people that are gonna tell you that you're not gonna fulfill things, and that's not okay. When you work here, you realize there's so much more in this place that has to offer. And we do offer we offer a transfer step, which is really cool. You get a transfer jobs. If you really want to explore the food industry, but then you really want to go into mechanics, you can literally transfer jobs, and you get to keep all your benefits, all your PTO, and you get to transfer that over. You don't get to lose it. And most places, if you're working at different businesses and you want to transfer to a different job, you're going to lose all that. But at Bandon, you get to keep that. But that's after 90 days. You do have to work for your job for 90 days, and then you can transfer. Yeah. Anything else?
Very good. So we'd like to give you guys a chance to ask questions, anything you're curious about Bandon. One of the things I hope from Kenzie is clear. There's a lot of different job opportunities that have nothing to do with golf. You don't have to like golf to be at Bandon Dunes. You don't have to play golf to be at Bandon Dunes. If you do like golf and you like to play golf and you work at Bandon Dunes, one of the benefits is that you can play golf for free at Bandon Dunes when you have opportunities, when you're off and there's open tee times. But there's a full range of jobs for younger people. A lot of people who are retired come out and work part-time jobs at the resort as well. It is a great place to start. Like Kenzie, it's a great place to land after you've had a job for a while like me. There's a lot of opportunities out there. There's people who start early in the morning. Kenzie starts at 4:30 in the morning with the agronomy crew. I start at 6:30 in the morning with what I do. But there's people who work in the evenings too in the restaurants and driving guests around as shuttle drivers. So we'd like to give you guys a chance to ask any questions you guys would like to know about Bandon, about us, and what we do. We do certainly appreciate your attention. You guys have been great listening. I know it's hard to be still for students for a long time, so appreciate you guys doing that. I saw a hand go up in the back.
How would you get in the caddy? Like you had no idea how to use it.
So the caddy program, how they start is, so we have 6 courses. One of the courses that we have is a par 3 course. It's Bandon Preserve. The caddies don't usually work on the par 3 course, but the other 5 18-hole courses, the caddies work on all 5 of them. So before becoming a caddy, you have to do what's called shadow looping with other caddies on all of the different courses. So you get to know the courses and you kind of see how the caddies, there's a lot of little things about being a caddy that I hadn't thought. I've played golf for longer than Kenzie's been alive, and I hadn't thought about a lot of the things, where you stick the clubs, how you read greens, how you interact. So there's a lot of things to learn, but all the caddies, before they become caddies, they have to go through 10 shadow loops, 2 loops on each course. And that kind of gives you an idea if it's something you would be interested in, and then you can apply to join the caddy crew after you've done all of that. But the first thing to do would be to talk to the caddy services department, let them know you're interested. They do have a junior caddy program. One of the other things about the caddy program, Bandon is a supporter of something called the Evans Scholarship. And the Evans Scholarship is full ride scholarships for high school students who are graduating who've been in the caddy program for a number of years. So talk to the caddy department, caddy services, let them know you're interested, and they can kind of help you down that path. There's a lot of neat people out there who are caddies.
Yeah, and I can help you guys if you're like, I'm interested, or like, I want to see what jobs they have available. Like, come to my office and sit with me, and I will help you get that number to the caddy program. Because, like I said, even if you don't like see your first, like, I don't know about this, or just like what specifically they have, or if you're like, when summer starts getting closer, and you're like, I need to have a job this summer. Come to my office, and I'll help you look through that, help you apply, help you get those contacts. So.
Yes?
Do you mind sharing with the students about how long a drive it is from Coquille to get to Bandon Dunes Resort?
So I drive over Beaver Hill. So from here I drive to North Bank Road and then over to Beaver Hill and up to Sheep Ranch. It takes me about 22 minutes, 23 minutes, depending on whether there's traffic at Highway 101 when I get there. I go early in the morning, so there's not a lot of traffic on the roads when I drive. But it's about 20 to 25 minutes from here.
So not a very long commute.
So
No.
about the same drive as Goose Bay, so it's not
Correct.
too bad, not too bad at all. Because, like, as you all know, the jobs in Coquille are very limited. So you're going to have to drive Goose Bay, Bandon, wherever it may be, to find an entry level job.
Any other questions, guys? Nobody?
Thank you so much for your attention.